Some of y'all may have heard me say that the turnip green is your friend. Well, if the turnip is your friend, then the pecan tree is your very best friend. The reason why I say that is that there is a lapse in where you can grow summer, well, fall and spring crops. A lot of crops do not grow good in the dead of winter. Say November through January in the northern hemisphere in North America where I'm at. That's where the pecan comes in. Is that it's got a hard outer shell, and if you store them properly, as in keep them dry, they will stay good for a couple of months. I've heard estimates that a pecan stored in a dry, cool area will stay good for 2 to 3, 4 months. Say about 3 months. So, here we are, the first part of November, and that the pecan trees are dropping the pecans. They will usually drop them between the very end of October through the first part of November. So you pick them up off the ground, you store them. So let's go 3 months. That's all of November, December, January. Now you're into February. You should be able to plant your potatoes and some of your early spring crops right around February to March. So pecans are excellent for storing over the winter time. They're high in nutrients. You just pick them up off the ground, and the only real competition you have is stuff like squirrels. And this is that's a oak tree right there. But what we have here is a pecan tree. The pecan is in a hard outer shell like that. And then you crack that open. Hang on, I need both hands to do it. And then there's the pecan inside of the outer shell. And you just peel that outer shell off. And there's your pecan. You put it into like a box or a bag. And you store it in a room under your bed or somewhere where it'll stay dry. And it'll stay good for several months. Here's an example of the pecans that the outer shell, I guess what you may call a husk, is splitting open. That's when you know that they're ready to harvest. Whenever they start splitting open, just break that husk off of them. And they're ready to be harvested and stored. There's another one. Let's say that you do not have any pecan trees around your house, and you do not know anybody that has any pecan trees. What you do is watch the classified section. Watch the classified section of your newspapers or local website and look for people that are selling pecans. And it's going to be around, mosquito, dang it. They should be selling pecans around through the south right about now, through late October, early November. What you do is you buy a couple of pounds of them, buy a bushel of them, and put them up. Put them up in storage. It's a good food prep, is that you don't have to worry about refrigerating it. Whenever you want a snack, you eat it. And let's say there's some type of event that happens during the wintertime and you're not able to plant any crops. You're not able to plant any corn or beans, peas, okra, or anything like that. Then you have these pecans that you have stored up through the wintertime to add to your food preps. They don't have to be cooked. They don't have to be prepared. Just get a couple out, put them in your hand, crush them together. They'll come apart. Eat the inside of them. So if you've ever been driving down an old country road and all of a sudden you start seeing these rows after row of pecan trees, and you've often wondered, why did they plant so many pecan trees for? Because here in East Texas, it's common to see 10, 20, 25 pecan trees planted in rows. This one guy I know, he's got something like 22 pecan trees planted over like, oh golly, 3 or 4 acres. And it was his grandfather that planted them. So if you've ever wondered why they planted so many pecan trees, now you know. So they would take the pecans, harvest them at the first part of wintertime, say early November, late October, store them through wintertime, and they would have a nutritious natural snack. And you don't have to worry about refrigerating it. Just leave it in its shell and eat it whenever you're ready. It's also good for making pies, pecan pies. Man, that's some good stuff, pecan pies. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later.